I just said there, two's company and three's a crowd. That told her, didn't it?
So, I'm sure some of you will have seen this Nemesis Bridge 3-pack listed for pre-order near the end of last year. Looks like a good deal, eh? Even though it's canonically inaccurate, because Shockwave wasn't on the Nemesis, was he? No, he was the wee piggy who stayed at home. Do Hasbro even check these things, or are they too busy hawking nostalgia to sad grown men with high blood pressure, like me, and laying off their hard-working staff? Arseholes. Opinions from the Transformers fandom regarding the 3-pack seem split down the middle. Undoubtedly, this pack is a great way for new collectors to obtain 3 essential figures for your burgeoning Decepticon display. But us folk who've been at this mugs game for a while collectively let out a groan, like we've just been tricked into watching James Corden have passionate sex with the corpse of a pig. 2 of these boys, Seed Shockwave and Netflix Soundwave, go for absolutely silly money in the aftermarket, so reissues were highly anticipated. The problem is, now you have to get all 3 when you most likely already own at least one of the others. Classic Hasbro. The news about Studio Series 86 Hound being available only in a 5-pack better be bullshit, or I'm going to eat my own weight in Kentucky Fried Chicken, wash it down with a powerful laxative, hire a helicopter, then unleash my fetid, sloppy excrement from above over their Pawtucket headquarters. Nah, I'll probably still get it. I spent ages chasing down my versions of Megatron, Soundwave and Shockwave. In fact, I only just got Seed Shockwave. A big part of the joy of collecting is seeking out and finding the bots you need for a good price, like bartering with an incomprehensible old gypsy over the sale of a posh caravan. Collecting my own Bridge Crew has been a lot of fun and was a gateway into joining social media groups, going to toy fairs, and endlessly trawling through eBay in the hope of finding that elusive missing bot from my ever-swelling collection. So, is the Bridge Crew pack worth picking up? Let's compare them to their original releases and see if you're better off seeking these fellas out individually. Let's start with Megatron. This particular Decepticon dictator is a Netflix spoiler pack version from War for Cybertron. As I've said before, I really don't like this mould. Let's start with the positives. The head sculpt in Megatron is awesome. He looks like he means business with his furrowed brow and pouting kissable lips. The Bridge Pack version uses a different head sculpt, the one from the Earthrise release. I've got to say, I'm not a fan. Check out that monobrow. This reminds me more of Pishy Psykill from the shitty GoBots than it does the mighty Megatron. I'm not the biggest fan of the decals Netflix Megatron has. These battle damaged scars look like they've been doodled on with a Sharpie by an annoying, shite-soiled toddler. I suppose they work as a reference to Megatron post-Optimus fight in the 86 movie, but I'd rather they weren't here at all. Megatron's silver paint is rather special, giving the grumpy old sausage a premium feel, but it does come across as a bit too dark in comparison to his G1 appearance. The Bridge Crew version's deco looks to be the most cartoon accurate to date, with his clean white chestplate and gunmetal legs. It's very likely the best looking version of this mould ever released. The look of this mould has never been the problem though. Well, apart from his tank tread rucksack, which makes Megatron look like he's taken a gap year to travel around youth hostels in Europe. The real problem I have is that handling Megatron feels like wading waist high through a river of steaming hot tollies whilst you have open sores on your bare legs. Megatron's backpack weighs him too far backwards and he's murder to get standing in any pose but straight up and hunched over. This isn't helped by his rubbish heels that pop off with the slightest provocation. Megatron's ankle tilt is also weird. It feels like you're breaking the toy when you use the joint. Overall, Megatron feels light, hollow, and as cheap as your mum's escort service price list.
Looking for business, pal?
Also, to complete Megatron's alt mode, you need a detachable accessory. In the case of Netflix version, it's this huge fuck-off sword that Megatron has used precisely 0 times in continuity. I'm not impressed. Said alt modes for both Megatrons are a bit underwhelming. Netflix Megatron turns into a Cybertronian tank, and Bridge Pack Megatron into an Earth tank. They're alright, I suppose, just lazy and boring. Just look underneath here. Any rough terrain and Megatron's poor face will be scraping along the ground. I'm not saying that Megatron should turn into a gun, but Megatron should turn into a gun. I'm sick of tank modes. Please retire this overused mould and just please give us a gun mode Megatron, Hasbro. I don't care about stupid laws on children's toys, meaning a gun mode is dangerous and out of the question. I've watched Die Hard and I know the chubby cop's sad precautionary backstory. Guess what though? What did that same chubby cop save the day with? A bloody gun. It wasn't the toy gun that was at fault in Sergeant Al Powell's sorrowful tale. No sir. It was the child's deadbeat parents for letting the wee rat out so late at night. So because of your lack of care for your filthy, ill-behaved, disgusting offspring, I can't have a cartoon-accurate G1 Megatron. Shame. Shame on you. The true highlight of the Netflix spoiler pack is this included wee purple freak Skelevor. I love this wee creepy bastard. His proportions in robot mode just scream sleep paralysis demon with his long grabby arms and exposed bony details and these wee tiny legs. Like other fossilizers before him, Skelevor can be broken down into his parts and used to adorn your favourite bots with spectral purple dinosaur limbs. What's not to love about that? Plus, he transforms into a purple T-Rex. That is truly S-tier stuff. So, if you just want a rubbish but kind of animation accurate Megatron, in robot mode at least, the Bridge Pack will do you fine. You won't get a transparent creepy dinosaur man though, so Netflix spoiler pack automatically wins. I already reviewed Netflix Soundwave pure ages ago. In brief, I loved him. Despite a few niggles stemming from him being a retool of the Siege mould, he's just about perfect for a G1 Soundwave with a tape deck alt mode. Could he have been a bit taller to be in line with Kingdom Blaster? Sure. Could he have done with a little bit more paint on his accessories? Yeah. Did he yellow like a fat old alcoholic with liver failure? For some. Mine's is still great though. So how does the Bridge Pack Soundwave differ? He's pretty much the same, barring a few extra paint apps. This is the Netflix version. I do like that his thighs are a lighter silver, hopefully to stop that filthy yellowing, and that his feet are now done in a metallic paint. Bridge Pack Soundwave also includes those missing paint apps on his accessories. However, I was able to do the same to my Netflix version by swapping his guns with the legacy reissue of the Siege mould. Game were selling them for a tenner, which is probably still a bit overpriced. That yellow visor really brings my piss to a boil. So much so that my wee Jimmy whistles like a kettle when I look at him. So the Bridge Pack and Netflix Soundwaves are essentially the same. You even get Laserbeak and Ravage with both. Oh wait, you only get Laserbeak with the Bridge Pack. Oh dear. The Bridge Pack Soundwave does have the nicer paint job and might be a relatively inexpensive way to replace your mock-it yellow one. If you already own a good Netflix Soundwave though, there is no need to pick this fella up. Lastly, let's have a look at the most intriguing fella of the Bridge Pack, Shockwave. As I said before, I just managed to pick up Siege Shockwave. He was on my most wanted figures list for quite some time. Did he live up to the hype? Oh yes he did. Siege Shockwave is a cracking fella. The figure is loaded with nice clicky ratchet joints and feels amazing in hand. Shockwave's head sculpt is perfect. From such a tiny wee light collector on the back of his angular bonce, his mono eye just glows. I love this shade of deep Cadbury purple he's rocking, and all the greebly detail over his lithe robotic body. Of course, Shockwave is equipped with his wrist-mounted dildo, as is required, but the slight lilac colour is just adorable. He does have quite the backpack, but that's accurate to his G1 appearance. I've always seen it like a Ghostbusters proton pack to power his mighty phallic fist Jimmy. The accessories that come with Shockwave are what really makes him special though. You get a whole load of bits in the box that you can then stick onto Shockwave to create this super mode. I really didn't care for this gimmick in Astro Train, but this actually works for Shockwave. Since he's a mad scientist type, I could totally see him knocking this up in his back room of an afternoon. He's all tooled up and ready to take on all of the Autobots at once, like he's from 80s cartoon classic The Centurions.
Fused with incredible assault weapon systems, beamed down from the space station Skyvault, becoming man and machine, power extreme.
The accessories carry over to Shockwave's alt mode. After a simple transformation and plugging in all the bits, you're left with this purple Star Destroyer thing. I like it. You definitely have to go along with the whole mass shifting thing. Otherwise, the only thing that would be able to populate this space cruiser would be mice or the borrowers. When you're not using Shockwave's extra bits, they can all be plugged together to form this Green Goblin style hoverboard. I love this stupid wee thing. I can totally imagine Shockwave cutting about in this, doing his mad science stuff and dreaming romantically of Megatron. Unfortunately, the Bridge Pack version will not come with any of this, so you're left with this shite submarine mode. Wait a minute, if you turn this on, it's a gun! A rubbish and poorly executed gun, but it's still a gun. I can't help but feel this mode is a little half-arsed. The handle is tiny in my massive man hands, and there's loads of gappy bits. It's cool you can do this, I suppose, and it's a lot better than those stupid fan alt modes for Megatron. If you're getting the Bridge Pack version, this is the alt mode that you'll have to deal with. It leaves Shockwave feeling a little incomplete. That deco is fucking awesome though. To round things off, you also get the same purple chair that came with Studio Series 86 Starscream. Great, it's what I've always wanted. Maybe future releases can fill out a whole Decepticon interior design catalogue with sofas, TV units and poofies. So, is the Bridge Pack worth getting? If you don't have any of these fellas, it's a no-brainer. Get it immediately. It's a great way to pick up these three mischievous maniacs. If you already have one or two of these fellas, it's a bit harder to recommend. The true magnificence of Seed Shockwave is completely lost with this release, so I definitely recommend tracking him down at the very least. Oh wait, it looks like Soundwave is getting a solo release, so you'd only be getting this pack for Megatron, who's a bit shite. And Hasbro are probably going to release a better G1 Megatron in the Studio Series 86 line, so this Megatron is going to be redundant soon as well. Jesus, maybe you shouldn't get this set at all. Maybe you should just stop this collecting nonsense and get a real middle-aged man hobby like fishing, golf, or casual racism. Nah, mate, never give up what brings you joy, and to hell with anyone who disagrees. That being said, you are wrong if you like this Megatron mold though. That's just a fact. Anyway, you guys have a great night. Catch you later.
Like, subscribe, and tell your da. Like, subscribe, and tell your da. Like, subscribe, and tell your da.